I don't even know what to say. Got a message, as you probably just seen. I don't know if I've put the clips in or whatever, but got a message to say she's listing again. Pop down, come down, loads and loads of water on the deck, thinking it's that. Bilged it all out. She's full of water again. So the trip to the sea forts the other day, and that rough swells and stuff, I'm assuming I've cracked something, or I've put another hole in, or something, I don't know. So I'm down here, I've just chucked a skip in. I'm about to jump on that with a shovel and try and drain the boat. Paddy's down here as well. He's my partner in crime, he's always with me. Right. Loads and loads of water.
I'm a bit confused. How so much water in there?
Well, yeah, the whole hull is full of water, mate. So people, the next day I went and borrowed a mate's van, dragged her out the water and brought her home. I filled her up with water and pressurised the hull, and there is a significant crack. There is no point me showing you because you can't see it. I'll sand it down and I'll show you the area, but not good. I'm just draining all the water out of it again. Never ending story. Bloody gorgeous as well. Sun is proper shining. It's a beautiful day. Tides are all lovely. And my boat's broken. I spent a whole winter to get it done for a summer, and I didn't get it done in time for summer. Got it finished through the summer, and now we're into the next summer, and it's broken again. So I'm back at it, sanding, well, grinding. I hate it. It's just been find one, find another, have a look at this. So here is the main one that it was leaking out of. You can see that sort of runs right up. There's another small one here. And then there's this one. And then this one, which is really not good. So that kind of runs from there right the way down to there. And then there's sort of a splinter one off there down to there. So I don't know if my filming's very good. I'm under the boat and the sun's in my eyes, I can't see. But yes. Fuck. So here we are again, people. My pieces are cut. Starting to repair. Sun's blazing. Not feeling great, but I want to get this done. Not much else to say. No point showing you the whole process. You've seen the befores. I'll show you the afters. That wasn't very fun. Putting that up with like one hand and trying to use the consolidating roller or the other roller to try and pin it up was a fucking bastard. I take my hat off to you boat builders. That is a challenging job, but it's up there. One shit bit there, but that's nowhere near where anything is, so just a bubble I'll grind out. I couldn't get it to stick, but it's near enough hard now. It's just tacking off. And guess what? I didn't have any gloves, so I did it barehanded. So I'm hard. That was horrible. So, as you can see, the bit that's sort of a lot whiter than the rest was the repair I did yesterday, a bit bigger. Today I've actually done this piece as well, because I found more spider cracks, which I keep finding, but I think I'm going to go this far for this summer, drag it out in the winter and re-hull the whole thing again, the hull anyway. Repair and paint any bits I need to do again, and back for the water. Big old repair that is turned into. Oh, covered in dust. Fiberglass everywhere. Sand that down and then gel coat. Get a boat, they said. It'll be fun, they said. It is fun. I'm just being a mizzy, moany moo. Things to get on with, but I want to be getting on with the boat. Big patch. I need to go over all of this really. Get really up close and personal to it. I've also pressured up the hull with water yesterday. There's a couple of other bits I need to sort out. That fuel tank's been leaking. Well, not the fuel tank, the fuel hose, that's why it's in it. Because it's leaking at the end. One job at a time. Time for gel. It's always a way with these repairs. You get them home, you blast away, you get it all done really quick, and you think this will be done in a couple of days and it'll be back in the water. I think we're about a week in now, and the weather's gone crap. So you've seen the repair, fiberglassed and all the rest of it. I've screeded over it a little bit with some filler, just to fill in some of the lumpy bumpy bits to use less gel. And it's supposed to be -2 tonight and possible snow tomorrow. Crazy. So the last 3 days it's been misty rain and damp and horrible, so I haven't done the gels because you're supposed to do them all in one sitting. And obviously I want to do it right the first time because it's expensive stuff, and it's been, you know, my mate's let me use some of his, so I don't want to take the piss, if you like. So I've done the repairs. I'm pressuring the hull up again to see whether we have any more leaks now that that hole is repaired. So I've got a hose pipe with some tape round it, and I've rammed it in there as much as I can, and the hose is on 15-20 minutes, I imagine, something like that last time, and it will be really full and pissing out of, well, anywhere else. I am then going to clean all around the seat boxes and actually bead them in like I should have done ages ago, with some Sikaflex, and then I'm going to gel coat as well. Once all that's gone off and sanded back and I've anti-fouled and everything, all the bits I need to do, I will give her a real detailed clean again, stick the other seat on, sort out a leak I've got on the fuel pipe, hence why it's sat in the tank, because it keeps dripping. There's hardly anything in the tank anyway. And then we're back in the water, more adventures. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I've been around the whole thing, and the only thing I can find is well, it's a bit of a, it's filling up a bit in the cab. There's a slight crack, but that can be repaired easily, which I'll do in a minute. The hull looks good. All the repairs I need to do looks good. Can I get this out without getting in the boat? Oh, that shows you how much pressure I had in there. Right, 2 secs, people. It's draining away nicely now. My neighbours are going to hate me. I'm forever drowning everyone's gardens. It has to be done. Alright, let's get her up in the air, wheeling all the water from the front to the back. First coat of gel on there. Could have done with a bit more filler on there, to be honest, but it looks worse than it is because of how much I've slapped on. We'll just keep building. I'm no expert after all. It's all learning and teaching you as we go. It's excuse my French, it's actually snowing. I decided all the gel's done in that, get it ground down today and finished up. And it's actually snowing. Right. Decent as well. Camera's not doing it justice. I hate England sometimes. It's just getting worse and worse. It'd be snowing. Well, I think it's the 1st of April tomorrow, the end of March, and it's snowing. We've had like 2 weeks of lovely weather. Today I got up and I was like, oh, it's freezing. Took the kids to school early to do a little jog thing they're doing at school. It was freezing. Oh. So that's it, repaired, and had this first coat of anti-foul slapped on it. Always annoys me when you anti-foul because you want to paint the rest of it to make it all look nice the same, but after a couple of weeks of being sat in the mud it all looks the same anyway. So I've done that. A bit came off this side, so I round about here, so I sanded that down a little bit and slapped some more on there, but it's all going to get rehauled in the winter. I'm going to do the hull in the winter to match the rest of it. Off down the chandlery now. Chandlery, chandlery, I can't ever say. Off down a boat shop to get some bits. So the weather is finally clear. That's had 3 coats and is all repaired. So that is good. I have moved the boat to be able to give it a good detailed clean because it needs it. What else have I done? Both seats are on now. Paskins done me a new seat base, and I've put new swivels on there, and they're both sat there now. The seat boxes all around the rims have been sealed with Sikaflex. I have fitted a fuel filter to catch all the water and any debris that goes through the tank. That's in there. And that's about it really. I've sealed any holes that I can find. I've repaired any cracks that I've found. I've gone over the whole boat. Now it needs a good clean down and ready to go back in. Although I really want to paint this hood cover because it's a bit of a mess now. I don't like it. And then, people, just go back in the water. but I am very, very tempted to put her up for sale. Get a Wilson 19 or a 17. I don't know though. I love it. It's just I've got the bug, and I'd quite like a cabin. I'd quite like to be able to go out there, drop anchor, and spend the evening. You know, sleep out there, fish. But we'll see. I'm a very indecisive person. I'm always changing my mind. But now it's ready for a detailed clean. Something very satisfying about a nice clean boat. My boat gets more cleans than my car does. This is the third time now I've washed over it, and I'm actually tempted to give her a bloody good polish. It's getting all the bubbles off, because as you may have learnt if you've watched my other video, something about washing up liquid stains your anti-foul. So you've got to make sure you water it down well, wash it down well, and get it off quickly, or you end up with stains, which I probably have got already, but you won't know till it's dry. The inside's had a good old clean, the outside's had a bloody good clean. It's going to do the back and the engine now, and I might do a bit of underneath, but I don't see the point, because it's just going to sink into the mud in a day or two and end up filthy again. But oh well. So for all of you TikToky people out there, the missus said, like I said, I'm going to clean my boat seats today. I was going to use like a sparingly bit of acetone and just clean it up, or some soapy water. Missus said, nope, cover it in shaving foam, leave it a little while, rub it in, clean it off. So we will see. I've put it around the edges, and I've left some that hasn't been cleaned, so we can see the difference, if there's any. So I'm going to leave that for like 10 minutes and clean off. I am pleasantly surprised. That's not bad at all. So that's the side I just did, compared to the side I didn't. It's quite a big difference. I'm surprised. So that's them all fitted, looking nice and clean. Actually, it did alright. I used the shaving foam. I didn't do the whole leave it on there method, because it seemed to make it worse. So I put it on, rubbed it in, give it 5-10 minutes, and then used the scrubby brush, brushed it all in, wiped it all off. That's nice. Just need to fill her up with fuel, check all of that sorted. She's ready to go back in the water. It's beautiful weather. Beautiful day in Southampton today. Gorgeous out there. Need to hurry up and get this boat back in the water. It's a gorgeous day. Took the kids down the beach. Well, a couple of them. Yachts flying along out there. Gorgeous day. Hello people. So the boat is back in the water now, all repaired and done. I just want to run you through the little story of launching it, because my phone had died on the way down there, and I didn't even have my phone. I just sort of left it in the van. So I borrowed my mate's van. He was at work all day, so I went down there around 8 o'clock in the evening and picked up the van, drove back to mine, picked the boat up. The tide was, it's supposed to be high tide at 1:50 in the morning. So down where my mooring is, you can usually get a couple of hours before that. Sometimes on a good tide, maybe 2.5, nearly 3 hours. So a mate of mine's quite good with the tide, so chatting to him, we reckon about maybe 11:30, around that sort of time, we'd be able to get her down in the slip her straight in the mooring. I'll come down here maybe around 11, something like that, and the tide was miles out. We had ages to go. But we were here and we committed, so I thought fair enough. So just down the road from where my boat's moored, there's a slipway. So we goes down to the slipway, and obviously, like, I'm borrowing my mate's van. It's a nice van. The tide's pretty much all the way at the end of the slipway. It was just coming onto the lip of the last bit of the slipway, and I'm not going to back my mate's van down there. One, it's, don't want it in salt water. Two, it could have easily slid off the slipway, and then I'd have had a big problem. And so what I decided is he showed me how to do this before, and it's how I've launched it any other time. I'll get the boat and the
van pretty much lined up in a nice bit where I'm happy, and then I'll use a rope to go round the tow bar and sort of winch it down myself, you know. Once it's wrapped around the tow bar, you can let it roll and control the boat, sort of thing, as it's going down the slipway. But the car and the boat and the van were really close to the slipway, and I wasn't comfortable where the van was, just in case I went out and the tide come back in and my mate can't drive. So I was like, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the van up the slipway, and then I'll attach the rope and we'll launch it from there. So this is the good bit. So I says to me mate, grabs hold of the boat, takes it off the tow bar, and there's a nice like ledge where you can stick your feet and hold on to at the top of the slipway. I had hold of the boat, nice and good, you know, and I handed it to me mate, and I said, can you hold that? And he's like, yep. I said, you sure? You've got a good grip? He said, yep, I've got it. I said, I'm going to be, you know, all of a minute, just drive it up the slipway, run back down, I'll help you. He said, yep, no worries. So I jump in the van, start her up, drive up the slipway, and as I'm just about to stop and get out, I hear an almighty crash, and I just, oh no. I gets out, and the boat is all the way at the bottom of the slipway, gone off the slipway into the mud and into the water, and so has my mate while still holding the rope. So as you can imagine, it had rolled all the way down the slipway with him still holding the rope, trying to stop it through all the green algae and mud and sludge right to the bottom, and then he crashes into the boat and into the water. Gets up and he's like a bloody swamp monster covered in green and seaweed and everything else. So it was hilarious, but at the same time I was sort of like, oh, I really hope that hasn't, you know, bounced my boat and put a roller through the bottom of it or whatever. I had to check over what I could, but I couldn't pull the boat back out really because it was in the mud now, and my rope wasn't long enough or strong enough to be able to get the van low enough and pull it out. So I kind of just had to wait for the tide really, so I could sort of float it. So I pulls the van up and all that, and has done with that because the van's no good now because he's already launched it. And I jump in the boat and get me stick out and manage to push myself off the trailer so he can pull. I shout to him, you know, pull the trailer up onto the slipway, I'll drive the boat and moor it myself, and then I'll walk down. And that's basically what I've done. And I've got the boat down here, and it's in the moor, and it's been 2 days now, and it's nice and comfortable. I've just checked to see if there's any more holes, and it does look damp inside from what I can see, but I can't see any water, if you like. I've stuck a stick down there, like, and there's no water on it. So I'm hoping to God that it's all sorted now, and I can really enjoy it through this summer. And then obviously I'm really tempted to stick it up for sale, people. Although I love the thing to bits, because I've just finished it, I'm itching to get onto another one. Something a bit bigger, maybe with a little cabin, maybe a Wilson 19 or 17, or maybe a Shetland or something, I don't know. But that's just my mind going. I probably won't. I'll probably keep it for a couple of years at least. Maybe forever, who knows. But you never know, one of you lucky people might end up owning it. Who knows. But anyway, here it is. I need to get cameras and that down here. Although my mate's got a camera, I need to get one, because I don't even know if that was me, but I don't think I would have stood on all of that, because, you know, I'm going to give myself more stress cracks and everything. But there's footprints all over it. Anyway, she is sat in her little hole in the mud, if you like. And she is ready for use again. Oh, I can't wait. So people, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I know a lot of you who watch it, you know, I've got